It is tough love time for the Democratic Party. I think it needs to be stripped down and rebuilt. I think it's insulting when members of the working class, which the Democratic Party has lost entirely in our lifetimes, to insist the economy is doing great. I think the biggest unforced error of the Biden administration by far was the border. To tell people it's not a problem is insulting.
He also said that he wants to know whose idea it was to have Joe Biden run for re-election at a 38% approval rating when he is the age that he is.
Mike, it started with a Facebook post from Erie City Council President JASMINE Flores saying that, quote, red hat followers are racist. So tonight, some community members showed up at council wearing red hats while voicing their displeasure over the post.
You do have the right to request your resignation.
My apology! I'm hearing that. Moving on.
A contentious and even at times testy city council meeting.
I'm sorry.
Erie County residents made their feelings known following a Facebook post from Erie City Council President JASMINE Flores, where she said, quote, the red hat is the new white hoods for the KKK.
I still stand where I stand. I posted what I posted. It's my free speech and it's protected. I find it interesting that one side likes to spit all kinds of hatred and rhetoric for their speech being free, but then when another person does it, it's not the same.
You are an elected official. I do have the right to request your resignation. You were 100% out of line on Facebook. Granted, you want to call it your personal page. When you have that seal, you are held at a higher standard. And you do not hold that standard. You sit there while everybody else is talking. I watch you tip your head, look up, down your glasses, down your nose at people. You aren't any better than me. You aren't any better than anybody sitting out here. Not one stinking person out here. How dare you? What do you know about white hoods and KKK?
Not during chamber. We're here to conduct business, and you guys are a distraction.
We are conducting business.
We're
asking for your
resignation. You are
resignation.
acting like children.
Your resignation.
Chuck.
We are asking for your resignation. You were out of line. You do not hold the standard that you should be holding. You are to represent everybody, every demographic, and every level of income. That is your job as the elected official. I asked the city council, you ask her to resign. You take her out of the position she has. She has fouled the entire council by her opinion and her remarks.
Don't you dare hide behind some bullshit comment that it was you made a statement on your private page. You called me a Nazi sympathizer. My family was victim to the Nazis. It's not your place. You're rude. You're ignorant. And you defended her. You defended her to me. You, sir, you use the pronouns they, them. We the people. We call for your resignation tonight.
Thank you. Have a good night. Will be removed.
I stand here with my nerves racked as a young black woman in the city over people who are not of color telling another woman of color what she can and can't call racist. When I'm sitting here, and I'm not calling you racist.
We have a speaker.
I'm not calling you racist, but it's a hard argument to make when Stephen Miller, a white supremacist, has been elected or nominated to that position. Hegsta has been nominated as Secretary of Defense, a known white nationalist. And as a young black woman in this city, it's extremely upsetting to hear this rhetoric and this angry targeted at a young Latina woman. And that's not even what I'm here to talk about. Like I said, racism is meant to distract from the issues, and instead of focusing on the issue of housing discrimination, housing disrepair, housing abuse, instead, what connects us to each other, the suffering of working class people, instead you are attacking people like myself, people up here. And I just want to say it's disgusting and abhorrent. And I have the right, she has the right, we all have freedom of speech, at least for now. At least in this country, and as a city,
A recent Facebook post from Erie City Council's president made for a rowdy scene at tonight's meeting.
Tyler Gallagher was there at City Hall. He joins us now here in the studio with much more on what was said. Tyler.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Dozens of Trump supporters filled city council chambers tonight, calling for Council President Jasmine Flores to resign. On October 28th, City Council President Jasmine Flores made a post on her personal Facebook page accusing 90% of Trump supporters of being racist, even comparing them to the KKK. And many local Trump supporters took offense to that comment.
I just think it's disgusting because when she is calling people who wear red hats the KKK without actually getting to know us, without taking the time to talk to us and understand our positions, it's actually racism.
After the City Council President made some comments on Facebook comparing Trump supporters to the KKK, dozens of supporters came out to the City Council meeting tonight in their red hats, and some even wearing shirts that say red hats, not white hoods.
Well, what this is showing that, yeah, we're wearing red hats, but we are not members of the KKK. It's okay to think what you want to think and to post what you want to post, but when you're an elected county official or a city official, you're held to a much higher.
Some Trump supporters in attendance took to the podium for some passionate remarks for the council president, calling for her resignation. And even after public comment wrapped up, some attendees got into an altercation with security needing to get involved. But Flores stands by her Facebook comments, saying she will not be resigning from her position.
I stand by what I said. You see something, you say something. If I made them uncomfortable because of what I said, maybe you need to readdress how you guys are approaching the community at large. City of Erie voters elected me at large within city limits, and I will not disrespect them by leaving my seat. I will be running for re-election.
And Council President Flores says the behavior at the County Council chambers tonight was unacceptable. Back to you, Sean.